Right. Okay, Myro. It's that time of the day again, where we remind these furty mortars of the meaning of beauty and honor. Must rest my bars on this stool comfortably. Stretching. My shoulders are stiffu, but we must go. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Where's my sip? Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. It's painting fucking goo. It's painting goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. What will we goo? Nobody do what we goo. Painting goo. Sip rand goo. Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Sit rat paint goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Oh, my spina definitely knows its timer. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. What will we goo? Nobody do what we goo. Painting goo. Sip rant goo. Painting goo. That's it, Myro. Get the chi flowing for the 30 mortars. Painting goo, 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 goo. Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Paint sip red goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. It's painting feckin' goo. What will we goo? Painting goo. Painting goo. Sip red goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Goo goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Goo 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 goo. That's it, Myro. You marvelous monkey, you. Bring it home. Remind the people of the power of the goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Goo 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 goo. Such beautiful music that can only be brought to you here on PEINTEINGU by our resident petrified primate, Myro, the marvelous piano-playing monkey. And if you 30 mortars had an ounce of honor, you would place a tip in his bowl, click the link in the description, and pay the monkey. For I do not. Greetings, my beloved Japonator. Where's my sip-sippo? My throat is a bit hoarse this morning. My sleep pattern is again fucked. It is not good. It is without goodness. It is unhealthy and sparse. Now please excuse me whilst I descend into proper PEINTEINGU posture. Glorious. Right! Let's get the chi throwing, shall we? It is a grey, godless day. You cannot see the divine realm. It has been covered by grey shit. It is sopping wet, grey godlessness in Tipperary this fine Tuesday, eh? Sumimasen. Salted bacon and egg with pepperoo. Glorious. Right, it is Tuesday, yes? Yes, Tuesday. So, we return to Samaria, where a robot kangaroo, a metal kangaroo doctor, a metal kangaroo doctor, a doctor that is a kangaroo made of metal, is asking the monkey, "Do you want the red pill or the blue pill?" We have a robot kangaroo doctor in Africa dispensing pills to the local monkey population. C'est magnifique, is it not? Right, who has honor this day? Griffo-sama, white power. Good. Desmond-sama, glorious. The Japanite clan, as you fire in, I shall select today's viber. Huh? I do believe I'm fearing calm. Calm? I'm fearing gentle. I'm fearing smooth. I am throwing gently like Gracia this morning. Well, this morning for you, this evening for me.
I couldn't answer you.
You could. I did not seek it. Why am I speaking to the female as if I am Japu? Right. Get out of character. Give me a sec. I just needed the headphones. I didn't need you to do it. Yeah, because I was like, you're in the middle of a meeting and you're looking at your phone, and I was like, okay, how do I approach this? Because I didn't want to walk past you in costume, so that like people in work would be like, what the fuck is going on? So like I didn't want you to have to deal with that like embarrassment or whatever. Like, so I was like, fuck, what do I do? So I had to take the costume off and then like, you know, quickly move past you, grab the headphones out of the drawer and then go back and then put the...
I actually honestly thought you were doing all this shit at me. And I was like, is he actually fucking serious?
No.
I'm trying to explain.
I was literally just standing there in my head being like, okay, what's the best way to approach this?
I was like, I'm in the middle of trying to explain something and all I can sense is movement over there.
I wasn't moving at all. I was stood there like a statue being like, shit, what do I do? Like I walked into the room and you're there talking to your phone and I was like...
It was probably it was the hands probably made me feel like...
Stand there. I'm like that bird from that clip. The fucking thing on the telephone pole.
Made me feel very uneasy.
Yeah, well, you make me very uneasy on the regular, so... My blood pressure just be like sky high, you know. Right. Okay. The female was doing interviewer, and I did not want to disturb her energy with my whimsical, mystical presence. It was Quite funny. Ah, Sabaru-sama! Welcome. You have conquered the smoking/caffeine demons. Next comes the sleep demon. Actually, if you were paying attention to yesterday's streamer, I have been drinking small amounts of caffeine again. I love it. It is my guilty pleasure. I love the taste of it. It is part of my routine. I missed it. But yes, the smoking. I'm quite surprised. I am genuinely surprised, that I was just, after 17 odd years, 17 years? How long is it? That I calculate I began smoking, I only did this the other day. I began smoking when I was 16, 17-ish. And I pretty much have been smoking since then. So, I am 33 now. Quick maths. 3, 20, 30, yeah, 16 years. 16 wrong, smoky years. And I just cold turkeyed that bitch. I kicked it to the curb. Like white devil. I was quite surprised. I have not experienced intense cravings. The dreams, however, were fucking intense. Fucking intense. Bender is great. Great enough to give birth to a cybernetic kangaroo. Did Bender get sex change you? Ah, Pruno-sama! Welcome! How is the weather in Kerry? Is it also miserable? If you can drive at 5 a.m. without bean juice, you are a better man than I. Well, thankfully I don't have to drive anywhere. My commute to work is approximately 25 feet. But, yes, I have recently went back on the caffeine, but in small amounts. I used to drink, as you will probably remember, big mug of coffee. Probably something in the regions of... Yes, my Rav? No, I'm good, thank you. Yes, I mean, this probably would fit. You would probably fit 2.5 to 3 of these in that big mug I used to drink from. Roughly 2. And I used to drink sometimes 3 of them a day, so you're talking 6 cups of coffee a day. Not good for the old blood pressure and heart thumper thingy. The old internal rhythm. But yes, I have noticed a drastic change in appetite. And, excellent news! I weighed myself this morning, or yesterday, and I have officially passed 12 stone. I have put on approximately 6 pounds in the past week and a half-ish. I am gaining weight at a pace. I am gaining weight at quite a pace. Perhaps it's all the nuts I'm eating. I am just fistfuls of nuts. I am just chomping on them. Pistachio nuts. Big salty nuts. Well, actually they're quite small, but many of them, lots of them, handfuls of them. Potato crisps, chocolate, and of course, a glorious helping of just huge dinners, sandwiches, tuna mayonnaise sandwiches. My appetite has skyrocketed, and I have gained pretty much over half a stone, which for you Americans is, I have gained, let me see, pounds, 7-ish, yes. I was a week or two ago. I was floating in and around 11.7, And now, as of this moment, I am 12-1. So I have gained, Jesus, 15 pounds? Approximately 10 to 15 pounds in 2 to 3 weeks. Over the span of me stopping smoking, I have gone from 11 stone, 7 pounds, to 12 stone, 1 pound. And there is 14 pounds in a stone. So that means 7 plus 1, 7 or 8 pounds. Yes, very good. Very, very good. Quick maths! 5 minutes later. I am shit at maths. I have always been terrible with numbers. I am, however, excellent with trigonometry and spatial recognition. But, you know, for obvious reasons. Heading to a garden now to attempt to transplant a Japanese maple, no less. Ah, glorious Sinku! Not only Japanese, but maple. We are striking the Canadian and the Japanese. Ah, glorious, indeed! I figured you would. Where's Denmark, Barrow? He will be so happy to hear that I have finally put on weight. Perhaps now he should send me more protein, huh? Oh God, I would love another bag of that stuff. That shit was glorious. Strawberry flavor protein powder. Oh, it was epicu. I destroyed that bag. Probably 2 weeks. Scoop after scoop after scoop. And nothing happened. Nothing. I didn't gain a pound. Fuck. So not only am I heavier, but I am still doing my calisthenics and the occasional strict curls on the baru. So, I was probably 5 to 6 pounds heavier the last time I worked out, because I haven't worked out in a few days now. I am recovering from my trauma. So, I have gained weight, and I am still doing the same amount of reps in dips and pull-ups. So, I shall begin to fill out again. By the end of the year, I can imagine, perhaps I will weigh the 13 stone mark that I wish to approach. That is my current goal, is 13 stone, which for you Americans again is, let me see, it's like, I was 72 kilograms. Which was approximately 140 pounds. Which is what Desmondo bench presses. Which is hilarious. Let me see. 12 stone. 12 stone. 1 pound in pounds. Ha! 169! I am currently 169 pounds. Hilarious. My goal would be another... So I would weigh approximately 180 pounds when I hit my Marco. Approximately 180 pounds. Methinks I would like to be 200 pounder. 200 pounds at 5'11". Good weight. Good solid weight. Especially if most of it is muscle. Yes. Methinks I would like to be 200 pounds of ginger muscle. That would be appropriate. Nothing gets defender... Oh, missed one. I had to get bigger pants. I know what it's like to get healthy and put on weight. Glorious, Prudo-sama. Glorious. Nobody likes a skinny bitch. Japanese maple is my favorite shrubbery tree. Apparently, they are very calming to have in your presence. Allegedly. Nothing gets Defenderu chi throwing quite like large handful of salty nutsu. Indeed, a big handful of salty roasted pistachio nutsu. I love them. Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Yes, hopefully the tree will move successfully. I put a pic on Instagram later. Ah, beautiful. Ah, I hope she shares it. But Margie Osama drew a picture of microphone, and it is hilarious. I do believe it is chalk or pastels. Hilarious. Very cute. I am going keto now, cutting grains and carbs. Time to lean out. Opposite problem you have. Yes, indeed. It would appear the entire realm is trying to lose fat, whilst I am trying to gain fat and muscle. Recently I have plateaued at 190 pounds with chest pressu. Very good, very good. I wonder how I would fare in gym. 'Cause I can do 5 to 6 reps of throw dips, full stretch. 5 to 6 reps, full stretch, pull-ups, crow's grip. Which, if I am doing pull-up of my own weight, is like, I can pull, what? At least 160 pounds now? And I've been doing that for a while. I would have been in and around 140 pounds doing pull-ups. 2 to 3 rounds of very slow. I don't do these shitty reps where you get up on the bar and you go squeeze, 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 squeeze and go, oh, my muscles are sore. No. Slow, controlled descent. Stop at the bottom. Engage the stretch. And then pour all the way up. Is great for peku. Great for peku and great for bicepu. And then dips. And then squats. I only use 20 kilogram when I squat. I prefer to do high reps for squatu. Because your reg muscles are very powerful and strong. It takes a long time to get them warm and fatigue them. Whereas the arms fatigue very quickly in comparison. I do want to get some free weights. And I also do farmer carry with kettlebells. I carry 2 8-kilogram kettlebells for as long as I can carry them, either around the garden or up and down the stairs. Great for posture and maintaining grip. It's quite good. I tend to just do stuff until I cannot do it any longer. I do believe that is a decent rule. Is if you fatigue the muscle to the point where you cannot perform the exercise with perfect form, then that is good. And then you rest forever, how long it takes for you, perhaps some hydration, to be able to do the same again, almost. Obviously, around the 3rd round of reps, you probably won't be able to get all the way through. But I usually rest long enough that I can just power through and really get like a good tear going in the muscle. I am usually quite sore the following 2 to 3 days after my workouts. And then over the past year or two, I have seen quite a difference in definition and posture. I do look quite swole and defined after my workouts. When I get a good pumpu, I look quite intimidating. So I'm quite satisfied with my athletic ability at the moment. My glutes do need some work. My hamstrings, my groin, and my glutes do need some work. Not in strength department, but in mobility. I used to be able to kick above my headu very easily from kickboxing days and Thai boxing. Now, very stiffu. I will attempt to incorporate sprints and kicks into my workout. But that is all ahead of me. Would Defenderoo like offering of creatinu in support of Burkingu? You honor me, Desmond Osama. You honor me, but I can purchase said powderage here. I have been thinking of creatine. It is said that creatine is simply very good for you for many reasons. They subscribe creatine to people recovering from surgery. Apparently, it is just wonderful for your body in terms of holding water and its ability to help you recover from traumatizing your muscles. So I might get some creatine into my diet. I would love some of that protein shit, but maybe a creatine protein mix with some strawberry flavor would be glorious. But you know what I love? I love the old school shit. I love just eating a fuck ton of bread and porridge and butter and bacon and eggs and just food. Caloric intake. Sheer fucking caloric intake is what I like. I believe it was Rue Ferrigno, the one who used to trade, the one who did the Hulk originally back in the 80s, who trained a lot with Arnold Schwarzenegger, used to do pull-ups and dips on power tower like myself. The calisthenic stuff. I do love the calisthenic stuff. Body weight exercise, very good. Not only for strength and conditioning, but mobility and control, especially of in-between muscle fibers, like wrists, elbows, knees and such, hips, shoulders, traps, and core strength too. Excellent. And Rue Ferrigno used to say, never put weights on. Never strap weights to yourself when doing calisthenics. Because as you grow, you gain weight. So you are the weight. So as you gain weight, try, as long as you're doing the same or more reps. If you're doing more reps, it's even better. But if you're doing 5 to 6 reps and you weigh ballpark 169 pounds like I do right now, and then you gain 5 pounds, you don't need weight. You are the weight. Makes perfect sense. I am Groot, evergreen strength bear. Oh yes, you have big Puerto Rican booty, do you not? Hilarious. I haven't noticed that my glutes, I can now contract them very tightly whilst I am standing in kitchen making coffee. It has been a long time since I have been able to have the mind-muscle connection. I spent many a year just sitting on my ass playing video gamer. But now I can just tighten them. That, I believe, is the very good indicator of athleticism. Very good indicator of your ability to contract muscles at will. Like peku. If you can make your peku dancer, is a good sign that your peku are nice and activated and strong and healthy. Same with glutes. I quite often try and do that with my feet. It's very difficult with feet, especially us Westerners tend to have toes facing inwards because we wear shoes too often and from too young an age. Not to mention our footwear is horrific. There is something quite demonic about pointed footwear. But I have been able to negate a lot of that in the past few years. I spend a lot of time stretching my toes out and gripping the floor. And I have a tendency to try and... I read this thing where if you say your index finger is your big toe, if you can move your big toe and flex it backwards towards yourself, and then do the opposite, like so, with your feet, it is difficult if you do not have excellent mind muscle connection with your roots. Strong roots make a strong tree. You must have healthy feet to have healthy whole body. Ooh. Beginning to taste the coffee. Bone broth all the way, and chocolate cookies. Ah, cookies. I will have to remind the female to make cookies. She makes magical cookies. Glorious cookies. She's not made them in a while, but my god, when the female makes cookies, oh, like proper big fucking cookies. Like one you would get in Super Value, or Aldi, or Ridder. Just fucking big, like small frying pan, and about half an inch thicker, with white chocolate and dark chocolate and milk chocolate. It's fucking... I am beginning to salivate. Ugh, glorious. Right. I do believe I was going to pick... Let me see. What are we fearing? It's just us rads here for the moment. So what are we fearing? Do you want some classics? You want some metal? Or do you want some 80s synthy shit? What are we fearing today, huh? The gods are pissing upon us. It is raining heavily the past few days. Okay, here we go now with the maple. Good luck, Pruno Summer. May the gods be with you. Ah, glorious. I shall wait. 80s synth. 80s synth. Glorious. Okay. Was it this one? Was this one good? I cannot remember. That's not 80s synth. It appeared to me in a dream. You were too late, Saburo-sama. Too late. Too fucking late. Does this one have rows of ads? If this one has rows of ads... If this one has tons of ads, I shall change it. We shall see. Right. Let us put the finishing details on this Somalian Kangaroo doctor, shall we? Excuse me, Micah. I'm not happy with the monkey's feet. He's a monkey. He's supposed to have hands for feet. So, need to change that. The kangaroo. I'm happy with the kangaroo. Kangaroo Doctor-oo. Very good. Monkey-oo. Needs some refinement. I might make him cuter looking. And then perhaps a birdie in the tree. We shall take our time out with this one. But first... I will wait. I will wait for more people to show up before we do the phrase of the day. Huh? We shall do the phrase of the day at the first hour. Don't you fucking squeak, Micah. Don't you do it. Don't you squeak at me. I will frog you. Fuck with me, I'll feed you to Garros. Right. Let's get some goo on this parrot. First things always first. The whiter. White power. Indeed! Vice Situ, but with a hint of... just... what is that, Stranger Things? Also, what's that, is it video game? No. There is band called, The Midnightu, which is basically 80s synth, but they're very, very like this. It's kind of somber, but beautiful. Perhaps some Jean Brouillon. Huh? Fascinating name for a currer. Jean Brouillon. Like, what the fuck is that? Huh? What is that when it's at Homer? It's a bit too pink for my liking. We shall see. Too pink. I want his feet to stand out, so I cannot make them too sandy color. So I have to be careful. Right, let's get the bitches wet. Ah, the one thing I did not do is change the water in the bucket. Right. Place my royal rag upon my divine knee in preparation for the group. Excuse me, Micah. Okay. Let's do a quick tester. Perhaps. If I do black outline, should be okay. It's very close to the color of the sand though, but gouache and a lot of acrylics, they dry a slightly different shade than the color than they look like initially when they are wet. Probably be okay. Especially when I put black outline around them. So far, so good. I have many vibes that I like. This vibe in particular, I love. Exposure. A bit too much, you. The writing has changed because the rain has stopped you. Here we go. Much better. One of these days we shall have professional camera. But until then, we work with what we've got to. I'm debating. Part of me wants to change his eyes, make him look cuter. But I like his mischievous inquisitiveness that he currently possesses. I think I will leave it like that. But now we need more burnt sienna for his furriness. Ah, Margio-sama! Welcome. Margio-sama, you must share your beautiful picture of microphone in the Telegram chatu. Please share that in Telegram chatu. The Japanite clan will find that glorious. It gave me quite the chuckle. I am transported back to the contours of Rhino Tank in a violent 5 stars chase. Vice City was a fun game. I did not play Grand Theft Auto until number 4 with Nico Bellic. Excellent game. Excellent gamer. But unfortunately, I missed the earlier eras of Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Vice City. Oddly enough, when I was very young, I did play Grand Theft Auto 1 on PS1, which is hilarious. But yes, I was playing stuff like Soul Reaver and what was around, like Jedi Star Wars Jedi Power Battles with my friend. I was playing different stuff. I was not playing Grand Theft Auto at that time. It was only later, in PS2 era. I remember when I purchased, but not when I purchased. I remember when I was given, when it was purchased for me, the PlayStation 2. Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty. What a gamer. What a gamer. A groundbreaking gamer. Both in visuals, but in mechanics, overall structure. Much too much exposition. However, very prophetic. Very prophetic. The Metal Gear games have a lot of gravy in them. For those of you who are watching PEINTEINGU and who are unaware of the term gravy, you're probably a fag, but it means typically hidden or esoteric or interesting knowledge. Warts and all, a little duct tape the goo must fro. Indeed, indeed. There's a certain charm to just doing shit with what you've got to. I do believe there is a spark of divinity when you just do shit with what you've got lying around. Microphone is an excellent example of this. We would not have our Bracatarian Jewish friend if it not were for my just I don't give a fuck side, if you know what I mean. My PS2 came with Jak and Daxter created with registry. I loved Jak and Daxter, Precursor Legacy. Jak 2 and Jak 3. Jak 3 was still good. Jak 3 had a rot about it that was still excellent. But Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy, Jak and Daxter Uno, and Jak 2 were unbelievably good. For so many reasons. Those were the days when Naughty Dog were fucking killing it. Don't get me wrong, The Last of Us 1 is still one of the best games I have ever played. But when I seen the trailer and the reeks coming out about The Last of Us 2, I was sick to my stomach. What they did with the narrative of that gamer was blasphemy. Having that Tran-powered Dyker kill Joel in such a brutal fashion. To have Joel go down without fighter for no reason other than chaos. Degenerate chaos. To push some sort of liberal agenda in a narrative form. Neil Druckmann, may you live forever. Despicable. I believe that's the cunt's name. Responsible for that travesty of a gamer. I would not touch The Last of Us 2 with 10-foot barge power. There are many sequels, both in the film industry and the game industry, that suffer the effects of poor choices. Devil May Cry 1 is one of the best games on the PS2 era. Devil May Cry 2 is one of the shittest games ever made. It was a dumpster fire. That game sucked ass through a tuba. Not yet. No, I will go in with the browner. Burnt sienna. Make him nice and fluffy. Then Outrider. I should probably always use the Brack Outright to make shit pop-oo. Unless it's the background do, obviously. But any characters that I place within the PEINTEINGUs from now on should always be Outright with comic style Brack. I have done it sometimes, sometimes not. I didn't do that for the Optimus Prima and Frosta one, and it still looked very good. But there is something about making them pop like Stickeroo. There's something about this fiber that I just love. I have always loved this fiber. I do love my wubs. Near Cookmanu, indeed. Uncharted will always carry a special place in my cold gaming heart. I love Uncharted. That's what I mean. Naughty Dog who made excellent games for so many years. When I finally got around to playing Uncharted, I do believe Uncharted 3 or maybe even 4 was the current one. I didn't get to Uncharted until very late in the game, and I thoroughly enjoyed going back and playing all of them. There was a noticeable, drastic improvement from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2 to Uncharted 3, and then Uncharted 4 was fantastic! It was glorious! It was beautiful! It was action-packed! It had a good narrative! Despite some girl bossing here and there, but like, it was still a very excellent game! So disappointing. Look at Bungie, the makers of Halo, now doing some shit can thing called Marathonu. These people, they drive me mad. I should not say such things. If you let something drive you mad, 'tis your own fault. It is better described as, I find it profoundly disrespectful to the craft and disappointing to see such heresy and blasphemy taking place in the realm of film and gamer, and of course in the greater public. Society has fallen into a state of decay, rot, and it is up to us, the ones who remember what it is like to have integrity, honor, to love beauty and craftsmanship, to take your timer and do things righter. It is up to us to maintain the standard, to indeed remind the people of standards in general. Even a demigod like myself. Once in a blue moon, I allow the Oni to affect my chi. This is weak. Do not allow the Oni to affect your chi. They do not deserve your chi. Avoid DMC Netflix adaptation. It is riddled with millennial writing. I know! I seen Rotus Eaters talk about it. Unfortunate, but not surprising. Not surprising. How boring it must be to be woke. To be in league with the demons at this stage of the gamer. I pity them. I do. I pity them. Their life racks joy. Such a miserable existence. I do believe this playlist was an excellent choice for today's Viber. My chi is flowing steadily and calmly. Despite the many influences. I do believe something has happened lately. With the death of the Poper. That foul Poper. And apparently he opened some door that has not been allegedly opened in a wrong timer. Kraus Swab has relinquished his throne of the World Economic Forum and been replaced by some fool called Sumimasen. Is it Bridge Brangand? Brenda Brigger? I don't know, fucking... Some fool, no doubt. It is interesting to see the vibe change of late. Even the perpetually ignorant sheep, even they are beginning to ask questions. Even they are beginning to ponder upon the happenings of late. This is good. Brings me hope. For a time there, I was concerned. I was saddened, filled with grief, as I watched the masses indulge in degeneracy and head towards a path that looks like Judge Dreddu. As much as I like Judge Dredd, not a universe I wish to live in, thank you very much. If that's your vibe, there's something wrong with you. Nobody wants to live in the same universe as Robocop or Predator 2 or Judge Dreddu. These films are excellent to watch, but they are warnings if you look hard enough. Things like Blade Runner, dystopian synthy cyberpunk shit is extremely entertaining to witness or to play gamer in. But if you want it to be the place where you actually exist, your mind is filled with oni. You are being fed upon by metaphysical parasita. You must check yourself. That mica isn't good. The black art book paper was hard to draw on. I can do one better, besides that was a fast sketch. Regardless, Margio-sama, share it! It is a beautiful image of microphone. The Kran will enjoy it. Share your art. Stop being such a harsh critic. I would rather to see an Unreal Engine 5 remaster of Uncharted 1 and 2 for PC would be glorious. Yes. Indeed. When I eventually have the timer in my mind and in my routine to begin Gamingu, it will be glorious to eventually... One of the first games I'm going to play when I do Gamingu is Dead Space. I love Dead Space. Dead Space is one of the best games ever created. But they recently did remaster of Dead Space, and apparently it's quite good. That would be glorious to experience. So many games I have yet to play. The past nearly 7 odd years. I have not purchased anything new. This is good, in my humble opinion. I have worked up a glorious library, a backlog of all these things that I'm going to power through once I unleash myself upon a PS5 or gaming PC. It will be glorious. Right. Let's do some funny birdies in the tree. Finish my sipsicle. PEINTEINGU has turned out very good. It's simple, but very good. Ah yes, I was right to redo his little monkey feet. They are much better looking now. Even Ace Combat 3 featured a dystopian technocratic realm where corporations fought as countries do. Though they were cool-looking brains and AI, I reject the outcome vehemently. Indeed, nobody with a sane mind wishes to exist in any of these dystopian cyberpunk-esque landscapes of degeneracy. Foolishness. I understand the temptation and the appeal of certain things like Cyberpunk or Deus Ex. You know, augmentation through cybernetics. A foolish endeavor. A trick. A deception from demons. It is simply a way for the demonic realm to enter your minder and create a hive mind of you filthy mortals. This is not the will of the gods. Well, don't get me wrong, some of the gods. That's up for question. It's what most of you filthy mortals don't seem to understand. I have said this many a timer. The heavenly realm is not so different from Earth realm. Bureaucratic nonsense. Debates over how to influence the human beings and Earth realm as a whole. Toying with the creation like it is a playground. Despicable. The Divine One created this place to indulge and witness in beauty. It has become a playground for narcissistic gods. It has become questionable. I do not question the Divine One's plan. I trust him completely. The other gods? I have a bone to pick with them when I get back into heaven. Not just the Monkey King. There are some gods that need a good frogging. I never liked Hermes. Little feathery feet. Quick mouth. He may be funny, he may be quick-witted and good at getting messages back and forth. But that little fucker. They say don't shoot messenger. Well, when it comes to Hermes, might be a good idea. One of these days I'm gonna shove that caduceus right up his asshole. I have a Dead Space remaster downloaded. Have yet to install or play it yet. Have you played the original? Do not play remaster unless you have played the original. The original Dead Space. Masterpiece. Masterpiece of gaming. Ah! It's about time for the phrase of the day. PEINTEINGU. Right. A quick pause of the tunes. What have you got for us today, Desmondo-sama? Huh? Right. First, with the help of my feathery friend Tobias Beacus Croas, we shall announce today's phrase of the day. I cleanse your filthy chi and allow it to flow freely. Monkey King, kick you from heaven? Good. Brack, farting too much on parrot? Good. Stabberoo-sama, being too Canadian? Good. This is the Fraser of the day. Very Jocko Wirrick-esque, me Reiki. Again, today's phrase of the day. Monkey King, kick you from heaven? Good. Brack, farting too much on parrot? Good. Stabberoo-sama, being too Canadian? Good. All things, even when they first appear negative, ultimately are good. All is good on PEINTEINGU. This concludes today's Fraser of the day. I must say, Desmondo-sama, you're doing a fucking good job of that shit. I applaud you. It would appear Joe the Tour, own sister, has acquired out his dumpster pumping ways. Let the realm be warned, sodomy stinks. Indeed, it will be interesting over the coming months and years to see how many of these shears, philanderers, grifters, lying scum are discovered to be so. I do believe the day will come when most of them will fall from their pedestal that they have built for themselves. But do not revel in their destruction. Watch out for that. As the script flips, and they tumble from their towering edifices, do not revel, do not take glory in it. Simply smile and laugh, and continue to crush. You honor me with your praisu. I enjoy serving Gu for the Gu. Ah, you honor the Gu. Your phrases of the day bring much honor to PEINTEINGU, Desmondo-sama. They have been glorious. Mardio-sama has shared her sketch of microphone in the Telegram. I love it. I think it is hilarious. He looks terrified. He looks sad and lonely and terrified. I love it. Never forget that microphone, the Bracketarian Jew. I recently... Oh, I dropped the bitch. There we go. I recently regaled you all on the story of microphone. To be honest, I cannot remember it in its entirety. But one of the many P's of PEINTEINGU is persistence. Persistence in not giving a fucku. It was something along the lines of, I came in and he was doing something. I cannot remember. He's probably trying to steer something. Cannot remember what he was trying to steer. His theft was, however, thwarted, and I quickly unsheathed my katana and dismembered him. Then I cauterized his wounds and immediately caged him forever in this cage. And he shall forever be my mouthpiece for PEINTEINGU. Let that be a lesson to all you Bracketarian Jews who try to steal from PEINTEINGU. You will end up like Micah. I will have correction of you in the background, like Trophy Room from Predator 2, except instead of skeletons, it shall be bunch of brack faces with big red lips hanging upside down from from Ropa? Huh? Ah, Dick Fordu-sama! Welcome. Indeed, may they live 1,000 years and repentu. Indeed. Oof, gross. I do believe that is the best way to deal with these people, is to simply point them out, speak the truth, and claim, may you live forever. I reckon this. Vampires are immortal. Legends die with honor. Does not matter how long they live. Methuselah apparently reached 800 or 900, but even he eventually kicked the bucketoo. There must be a limit. A limit is what makes it beautiful. Working within the constraints of the creation is the whole point. Existence without rules or limits is simply chaos. Chaos may be fun for a while, but chaos does not have a point. That's why it's called chaos. It is simply random shit for the sake of random shit. Now and again, some chaos is good. There is good in everything. However, too much of anything is too much. That's why it's called too much. And especially too much chaos. It's very destructive. Very destructive. And don't get me wrong, destruction is also very fun. Who would not like to be like Bart Simpsonu and get a hold of Big Cranu with massive wrecking ball and destroy building? It would be so much fun. But you cannot do that all the time to everything. There would be no buildings. You would have no time for anything else. When will you eat? When will you shit? Just constantly swinging your big ball around. This is the life of a child. Children are allowed to exist in chaos. We are not children. You must be like a child, but you cannot be a child. Learn from children. Remember what being a child was like, and incorporate it into your life with wisdom and proper appropriateness. Much like chaos itself, being childlike is perfectly acceptable in small doses. That's why children are small. Methuselah died in the flood legendary. Did he drown? Or did he simply just give in? Saw the waters rising and just went, fuck it, it's about time. Just looked at his sundial and was like, okay. Looked up towards the heavens and was just like, you're just going to flood the place? Fine. What's the matter, Methuselah? Was Methuselah black? Could he not swim? Typical. Make it to nearly 1,000 years, and you are killed by water. Pathetic. He breathed his last breath, and it was full of water. Sink experienced. Sink? What happened? I love when that happens. Am I in your mind again? Or was it something in your environment? Right, I was going to make birdies. Let's make some birdies. I will first touch up the monkey. Giggity. Sumimasen. Stew tastes like bacon and eggs. Glorious. I believe after streamu, I will have big tuna sandwich. I love tuna. Love tuna. There is documentary on YouTube of Japanese fisherman who is famous tuna fishmonger salesman. He uses traditional methods to slice massive chunks, massive steaks of tuna. It is glorious to witness. He has fucking huge knifer. Looks like straight version of katana, like ninjato or some shitu. Good God. Such craftsmanship, such focus, such precision, such finesse. I love it. There's one thing that the rest of the realm can learn from Japan. It is style. The Japanese have style. They have focus. They have discipline. They are polite. They are friendly, but they fuck you up if you fuck around, and you will find out. Much like the Irish. The Irish have been taken advantage of late. It was true when Conor McGregor said this. We are friendly, but we are not harmless. I like this. He may be a philanderer, and he may be a drunk, and he may be untrustworthy in many ways, but the devil can quote scripture. And much of what he says, was true. And I like his rhetoric. It is effective rhetoric. He is excellent shit talker. And when I heard him say, we are friendly, but we are not harmless. Or we are peaceful, that's what it was. We are peaceful, but we are not harmless. This is very true. The Irish are a fun-loving culture. We love taking the piss. We love getting drunk, fighting, playing music. We love having fun. So, that means we have a lot of grey area. We have a lot of leeway when it comes to putting up with people's debauchery, because we are quite debaucherous ourselves. We are not hypocrites, typically. We understand the reality of life, so we are willing to accept and forgive many a trespass. But there comes a point where the sharing of a pint changes to just grassing you over the head and stitching you an uppercut. That time will come. Is it here now? Maybe. I do believe things always have to get worse before they get better. So I think the time will come, perhaps in the next 5 to 10 years. There will be many an Irishman roaming the streets with hurry in hand, smacking the shit out of foreigners who have pushed us too far. Why? Because our government and our corrupt institutions, our elites, have taken advantage of the people's complacency and comfort. But that does not mean that the people are not responsible. Yes, our democracy is not a democracy, so it's not like we voted for this. We didn't. There has been many a vote that the government just went, whatever. This is true. The Irish have voted time and time again against stuff, and the government has simply just pushed it aside. Because they are a bunch of lying snakes, hypocrites, liars, philanderers, thieves, demons, goblins, ghouls. How I would love to get my hands on them. But anger is a weakness. Most of the time. When violence is necessary, it must be decisive. It must be served without emotion, with much discipline. But it was Bruce Lee, I believe, who said this perfectly. Emotional content. Not anger! Emotional content. You must do it with fearing. But that fearing must be focused and disciplined. If you do something without emotion, it is inhuman. Inherently inhuman. You are no different than robot. But you cannot do it with anger. And this is coming from a red-headed demigod who is very fucking angry at the fucking Monkey King. So, I know what I'm talking about. When it comes for the Irish to fight back, we must do it in a disciplined fashion. And I hope that is how we do it. Collectively, as a culture, in a balanced and disciplined fashion. I hope. We shall see. Ah yes, Desmondo Cinca. I was listening to a video on how masculinity has left much of the Christian church in favor of childish femininity. Part of it included rejecting childish things in order to become spiritually grown up. Indeed, Sinku. Sumimasen. Glorious agua. The only liquid you truly need in your life. Agua. The elixir of life. The universal solvent. Right. Let's get some birdies in that tree. And perhaps... Where are we? Africa? Are there ostriches in Africa? I feel like painting a funny looking ostrich. Yes, yes, okay. I was unsure for a second. There are a lot of mentor-looking animals that are only in Australia. How funny is that, too? Like kangaroo, only in Australia. Koala, I believe, only in Australia. I might be mistaken. I do believe Tasmania is island off the coast of Australia and also has many animals that are really fucked up. But anyway, let's paint some funny looking birdies. Oh, before I do that, one more finer fix to the monkey. There we go. Derp Strichu. I do love painting Derpy Birdu. It's hilarious. Right. Shall pick colors. Aubergine! Permanent orange. Turquoiser. And then we already have the black and white for the ostrich. I will need yellow. Painting. Right. Before I do the birdies, our brother Garros wants to remind you all of something. How's the tunes? The tunes are good. The tunes are good. Excellent. Right. Our resident tiger wants to remind you to like and subscribe to PEINTEINGU. If you do not smash that like button, like it has insulted your ancestors, I will fling my giant tiger at you. And believe me, you do not want that. Look at him. Bucketed. Sungrassed. Rest his powerful X-ray vision as a result of inhaling too much cocaine when he was in Colombia. His powers are boundless unless I keep him in that bucket and sungrass. You do not want me to fling him at you, because the bucket and the sunglasses might fall off after dunking you on the head. There will be pain. There will be X-ray vision, unless you pay for PEINTEINGU. Look at him. Isn't Myro just adorable? Constantly in a state of shock ever since I put him in the petrification fluid. It's glorious. I love it. Most of the time I am a merciful demigod. Sometimes I'm quite cruel. But at least I'm funny. Fancy Ryans! Only in Kenya, allegedly. Right. Let's do a funny birdie in the tree. Get some aubergine. Sumimasen. Some orange and some turquoise. aubergine first. A few squirts from my tiny mister to arouse the good fro freery. One of the things I love about doing funny rooking birdies is I take much inspiration from the gamer from years ago, Angry Birds. Hilarious game, very addictive. Birds are such that you can just create random shaper and then strap beak and wing shape and eyes on it, and there you go, you have funny rooking birdie. It is one of the glorious things about creation. You could just go fleur! You could just fart your mind's eye onto the canvas page, whatever it is. And it works! It takes fuck all imagination. You can do triangle, you can do circle, you can do square, you can do Cuba, you anything. Funny rooking trapezoid thingy. Strap some feathers and a beak on it. You'll have funny rooking birder. I love it. I'm going to put Orange Birdie on the head of the kangaroo, Doctor Who. I am fond of Rumbus Birdie. Oh shit. Bitch got caught in my kimono and went frying. Which one is Rumbus? I shall do turquoise Rumbus Birdie. Ah, there are various forms of rhombus. We shall go with Diamondu. What is Google on about today? Earth Day. Oh, give me a breaker. Fuck's sake. Google will celebrate literally anything. Earth Day? What's next? Uranus Day? Alright, they have a month for that. Glorious Desmondo. Glorious. Uranus Day. Painting. Painting. Oh! The agua is mixing with the coffee. Excellent. Aha! The oracle known as Guog Ray is a confusing one at times, indeed. Always bringing Goo the Humoru, indeed. Your friendly neighborhood crass crown at your service, where you are half baboon, so is to be expected. Why are their eyes dry? I should do ostrich. Derpy ostrich in the background. Yes, Myrov. just nothing. Just shrugging. You feel like making me coffee, you, female? Hello? I cannot hear you. I'm wearing headphone up. Ah, yeah, okay. All I hear is mumbling. His headphone are very good headphone. Now you're not being fair. Watch cable. I am not deaf. What is this?
A bit.
Is this size of your brain?
No.
No. Huh? Oh, Upsider of Noiser Cancering Hetzedu. You know here female. Downsider of Noiser Cancering Hetzedu. You know here female. Indeed. Indeed. That could have been Fraser of the day. Very wise words, Desmond. I love it when I get the derpy eyes of Derpy Bird. Just perfect first timer. So satisfying. Myself quite the challenge. I need intense precision for such tiny birdie. do believe that is the most precise I can be. At least with those bitches, anyway. Right. I do believe we are finished. Somalian Somalian Kangaroo Doctor. That is what this one is called, I believe. Yes? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Ah! I almost forgot. Ah, glorious. I nearly forgot to make the ostrich derpy. How dare I? Glorious. Right, let's sign this bitch. Oh shit. Oh, gross. I like derpy rum birdie. Me too. The turquoise one and the orange one are very derpy, very cute. Oh! A minor detail. Minor detail. But a detail nonetheless. There we go. Is that it? I believe so. Right. Somalian Kangaroo Doctor. A robot kangaroo doctor in Somalia is giving a Roku monkey the choice between the red pear and the blue pear, whilst some of the Roku birdies look on with their derpy visages. I believe the song by Enigma called I Love You, I'll Kill You was written about an Irish couple. Makes sense, Sue. Makes sense, Sue. A glorious PEINTEINGU once again. Domo, Desmondo-sama. You honor me with your comment. Apparently, Margia-sama agrees. Glorious. Right. My beloved Japonaita. This concludes today's PEINTEINGU. Tomorrow, we shall embark on a new adventure. I shall return. Same timer, same placer. Same high-octane or calming PEINTEINGU energy. We shall see what kind of day Woden's Tag is. Shall it be Meter? Shall it be Krassacre? Shall it be 80s Sintu? Perhaps some Wubs? Perhaps some crash of Cimbers and vicious Skitaru? You will have to tune in to find out. In the meantime, pay for PEINTEINGU if you have any honor. Share PEINTEINGU far and wider. And remember, be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I shall see you next timer.